This customer found this LeSabre on Marketplace for $400 as kind of a grab bag, and he's hoping he can get it going and get it running. This has the legendary 3800 in it too. How did he do? Let's find out. Let's get started. This is a 2002 Buick LeSabre. You guys have seen a video just recently where I changed my stance on these, on whether or not they'd be a reliable family car for long hauls and things, and you guys know that I can't stand behind them anymore simply because of age. Even though the engines are bulletproof, we're going to find out today maintenance can change the idea of a bulletproof car. So from first glance at pictures online, you're looking at this car, it looks pretty good. It's like $400. This might be a worthwhile gamble. I could fix a few things on this and have a running and driving car. Let's find out how this customer did. It's a huge crapshoot. So right away we can see on the grill there's some kind of a dent or something that happened and actually dented the grill itself as well. Looks like an impact happened there on the bumper as well. Looks like it's crumpled. There is a couple new tires on this vehicle, and from this angle it looks pretty good. You could look at the pictures and say, maybe this is a worthwhile gamble, maybe I'll take the chance. But when we come around to this side, we have a broken taillight with tape over it and a serious crumple going on there. That would seriously detract from the value of this car, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and open the hood. So here's our legendary 3800, and the customer did mention some issues with the water pump leaking. And wow, I just looked up the cost of a water pump and it has really gone up. When parts prices go up, so does the final bill. You can't ask your mechanic to work for free after all. I know it really sucks when you get hit by a large bill or two or even three you weren't expecting. What do? Trying to keep all those creditors happy with making payments can feel like a really bad juggling act. I know if I got into a financial crisis, I would need some serious help, and I would turn to PDS Debt, the sponsor of today's video. PDS Debt helps you get your finances back in order, whether your debt is in credit cards, personal loans, collections, or medical bills. They understand them all. They look at your specific situation and help provide alternative solutions to help you become debt-free and get money back into your wallet. Can you trust them? Of course you can. They have an A+ rating with Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star reviews on Google, all because they've helped hundreds of thousands of people get out of debt. Life's too short to spend it under the thumb of a debt collector. You're 30 seconds away from being debt-free. Get your free assessment and find the best option for you right now at pdsdebt.com/carwizard. That's pdsdebt.com/carwizard. Don't forget, pdsdebt.com/carwizard. Now back to this LeSabre. So the customer bought this with it supposedly not running. He put a battery in it and it did start up. It ran really rough. He noticed if he put antifreeze in it, it would just pour out of the water pump, and he said unfortunately he did overheat it. With those two things combined, the first thing I'm going to check is the cooling system. So let's go ahead and take the radiator cap off and take a peek. Guys, it's pretty nasty in there. It looks like mud and rust. Very, very nasty.
So Wizard, is that rust or is it barge leak?
It could be barge leak. It does smell that way. But the customer did mention the coolant they used was just straight water, and that's very likely. Who knows how long it's been that way. But a lot of rust or gunk has accumulated in the entire cooling system. When we put water in it, we did try to put water in it ourselves. It immediately just pours like a waterfall out of the back of the water pump. So that leads me to believe the cooling system is fully compromised. We'll go ahead and start it up here in a minute and let you hear how it runs, and based on that led me to the next step in the diagnosis. But before we do that, I have some updates on Mrs. Wizard's Part Works. So back here in Mrs. Wizard's studio, she's done it again. She has a whole new batch of part works. These are parts that are off of vehicles in the shop. She's turned into art projects or artworks, which are now called part works, and they all turned out really, really well. We're getting to the Christmas season here. If you know someone who's a gearhead, or you're a gearhead yourself and you're tired of getting socks and underwear for Christmas, these are the ticket. The auction is linked below in the description. It's an eBay auction that ends November 12th. These go really fast. You don't want to miss out. Excellent Christmas gifts, guys. Make sure to check out that link for Mrs. Wizard's Part Works. Back to the LeSabre. Before we dive into the engine thing, the customer did mention there's some serious clunking going on in the front end. Whenever you drive this, As you're rolling, you hit the brakes, the entire wheel shifts back and forth, and it's so loud. It's like clonk, clonk. Something's really wonky in the front end. Let's get this thing in the air and do a quick inspection, and we're going to dive into what could possibly be the death knell of this entire project.
Be careful, Wizard, you can get a shower over there.
It's currently dripping water, like we mentioned, out of the water pump and just pouring down here some more drips. But let's go ahead and start here at the radiator. We don't see any leaks coming from the radiator itself. I don't see anything leaking from the condenser like oil spots or anything on it. We do see an oil leak, possibly the oil pan gasket, which is leaking pretty bad here. But let's check out these wheels. Brake pads are pretty thick on it. The rotors they look like they're in pretty decent shape. But look at this, Mrs. Wizard, the sway bar link.
Oh, wow. I think it's missing a few things.
The customer did mention when driving that the wheel bearings on both sides are roaring loud, so I know the wheel bearings are shot. Let's see if this thing is loose. Oh my goodness. That might be the wheel bearing hub that's completely shot. But let me grab a pry bar. Let's check out these bushings right here. All right, you guys, you want to see what's causing this wheel to move back and forth? It's this right here. Look at this. The rubber's gone. I can put my finger through it. There's nothing there. It's all disintegrated. Completely shot. We'll check the other side as well. Oh my goodness, guys. There's nothing there. It's just completely shifting a whole inch or two back and forth. So far, both control arms are bad. The ball joints have a lot of play in them as well, so it's just cheaper to do the whole control arms. Sway bar links. We have an oil leak going on the oil pan. This hub is bad on this wheel over here. Let's check this one. Oh my goodness, same thing. It's loose, it's about to come off. So both hubs, basically the whole front end is completely shot on this car. Let's keep on moving back. Our cat is intact. Exhaust is all intact. Do see a little bit of surface rust on some of the things, but it's not too bad. As we get to the back, we can see, like most of these LeSabres and things of this era, blown out air shocks, rusted, it needs new ones, and very likely the compressor is dead. It usually always is. Let's go ahead and see if anything's loose here. Nothing loose there, but the tire's about bald. Same thing with the shock on this side, completely blown out. Anything loose there? No. It has a fairly decent tire on this side.
Wizard, I'm noticing a theme at each wheel is grass and cobwebs.
Lots of cobwebs. If you're inspecting a vehicle, you're potentially going to buy it, take a look underneath. If you see spider webs everywhere, it's been sitting a long time. Not a week or two, probably 6 months to a year, maybe even 3 to 5 years. Who knows? This vehicle's set for quite a long time. Let's get this thing back on the ground and find out what's going on, continuation of the cooling system test. So I'm going to start this up just for a second. It doesn't have any coolant or anything in it, but I want you guys to see how it runs. It does have, let me see how many miles it has. It does have 158,000 miles on it. So I'll start it up and you guys can see what it's doing. So currently at least 2 cylinders are not firing and the exhaust smells like antifreeze. It smells really bad. I'll go grab Junior Mint. We're going to do a combustion gas test. As we were moving along checking each thing, it finally gave me the hunch. We need to do the combustion gas test. That will be the final nail in the coffin for the rest of the car. So we have this little tool here. We filled it with some blue colored fluid. What you do is you put it over the radiator cap hole. Start the engine, and you take a few hits from the bong. No, guys, don't do that. That's bad. Don't do drugs. So I'll have Junior Mint do that. I'm going to start it up. This fluid should stay blue all the time. If it turns green, or even worse, yellow, then we don't need to go any further. We know 1,000% something is drastically wrong. So here you go, Junior Mint. Take a few hits. Well, that's definitely a lot of hits that Junior Mint took, and it looks like we're ready for a urine test, Mrs. Wizard.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to pass.
No, this doesn't pass at all. This is really bad. It didn't even turn green, it turned yellow, basically like the color of pee. That's extremely, extremely bad. So what does it mean? It means combustion gases are getting into the cooling system. Could be a cracked head, a cracked block, or a blown head gasket. It could be any of the three, but regardless of which one, this car's done. Done. So when did this happen? The customer says he tried to put coolant or water in it and saw that it overheated on him and he stopped. I don't think the customer did the damage. I think it was damaged before the customer even bought it. That's why it was on Marketplace for $400. The rust and crud that's in the radiator and also in the coolant tank, which just looks like sludge, that didn't happen in 10 minutes. That happened over 6 months. They ran this poor car literally into the ground.
And then parked it for 6 months in the grass.
And parked it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and then threw it up on Marketplace for $400, and this guy bought it. It's a very unfortunate situation, but I definitely wanted to get a video out to you guys to show you there's some deals to be had on Marketplace, but you really have to be very careful. So kind of a recap, the customer paid $400 for this Buick LeSabre. It didn't run. He got it home and it did start. He thought it was a score. And this morning we called the customer and let him know, hey, we're going to go ahead and start on the inspection and check this thing over. He was so excited. Man, I hope you guys can get it running. I can drive it home. This is going to be a score. And this is one of those situations, unfortunately, my heart sinks. Complete loss. This is a complete loss. Is it worth fixing all this? So we got head gaskets, probably head gaskets, but it could be a cracked block or a crack head. A crackhead, Mrs. Wizard.
Oh, let's hope not. It's already failed the drug test.
A cracked head. That alone right there could be $1,000. With head gaskets, head bolts, time, all the things. Hopefully that's all it is. You might get it apart and find out it's even worse. And then we got the entire front end suspension with control arms, sway bar links, bushings, all kinds of things shot. That right there is going to be $1,000 or $1,500 worth of parts and labor. You can easily put $2,000 to $3,000 going through this car and getting it roadworthy again. Also, 2 tires are bald. The rear suspension is blown out. So you guys get where I'm going.
And Wizard, you haven't fixed the first problem altogether.
What's that?
The water pump.
Oh, a water pump. Thanks, Mrs. Wizard.
Uh-huh.
We're just adding to the bill. This is one of those situations that you think, okay, we're going to fix it. We're going to go in and you take it apart and things start doubling and tripling. We see now how this car has been treated by the previous owner before this person bought it. Neglected from bumper to bumper. Absolutely neglected. Once we get it on the road, you might find out the transmission's slipping or something else is wrong. So is it worth it to put the money into this $400 car? Car Wizard's vote is hell no. Absolutely not. Here's why. Here's a picture of one for sale, a LeSabre, $3,000. Runs perfect. Nothing wrong, not even a check engine light. You can go spend $3,000 and get a good running LeSabre. So let's say you sink the $2,000 or $3,000 into this one. You've already got $400 buying it. You're going to be around $2,500 to $3,500 all in. And then take a look at the picture. You remember we looked at the back end. All crumpled all to hell. You're not going to sell this to nobody for even $2,000 because of the damage in the body. Well, I've got $2,000, $3,000 into this. They're not going to care. As soon as they see those dents, half price. This car's worth $1,500, fully sorted, fully fixed, tops. So if you can do your own work, you don't mind doing the work yourself, and you have one of these somewhere that's rusted out that has a good engine, you could fix it yourself and probably come out even. Not a score, not a home run, just even. Even Stevens. It'll be running, it'll be driving, you're not going to gain anything, but you could get this car back on the road if you do the work. Now, if you're taking it to a shop to have them do it all, again, absolutely not worth it. So did this customer lose their $400? No. they can part this out and probably double their money, maybe even triple their money. They can sell all the different pieces and parts and seats and wheels and all the different things. They can at least get their money back, maybe even double their money, just by parting it out. Unfortunately, we're going to have to call the customer with the bad news. This is a done deal. As far as hoping you got a big home run, you don't. You have a big strike out. You lost. So again, back to my stance on these cars. I used to push these cars really hard. Even with a perfect running one, I can no longer recommend them for a family car that you travel across country in. These are now relegated to a school car, a round town car. They're still easy to fix, they're still reliable, but because of age, which catches up to everything on planet Earth, I no longer recommend these era of Buick LeSabres as a long-term family car going on vacations in. You just can't. So if you're curious what kind of tools we're probably not going to use to work on this LeSabre, but we are going to use to work on other cars, check our Amazon affiliates link in the description below. A lot of the tools we use in the shop every day are listed for sale there, and if you purchase any of them, we get a small cut and really appreciate it. Make sure to check out Mrs. Wizard's link in the description for her part works. Again, it ends November 12th for the eBay auctions. Really great stuff. And make sure to hit the subscribe button here because we have 5 more videos just sitting over there waiting for you guys. Thanks for watching.